Greetings. We are a group of interdimensional beings speaking to you on behalf of the Galactic Federation, and more importantly, we represent the wishes of all that is. Today, we would like to speak about procreation. This subject is a very misunderstood subject on your Earth plane. To us as beings of a higher dimension, the act of procreation is very sacred, and it is a blessed union of two souls coming together for the purpose of expanding their race and for the combining of energies to foster growth on their evolutionary path. Over the course of your unfortunate slavery by the Draco-Reptilian and Orion Grey races, your connection to this sacred act has become tainted and depraved. We see the devastation that has been rendered upon your society. We see that it has diminished the sacredness of the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. These two energies exist as two halves of what represents a complete soul energy. These energies are incarnated into the physical body to represent the impressions of these two polarities. Under normal circumstances, and as the evolutionary process would progress, a soul prior to incarnation would choose its life's purpose. During this time of divine planning, much thought and consideration is undertaken by the Oversoul and many guides and light beings under the guidance of all that is. Once a decision is made about the attribute of sexuality that the soul will portray, a decision is then made about the percentage of masculine and feminine energy this particular soul embodies. Let us give you an example. Imagine that a soul has lived for a few lifetimes within a male body and has not experienced itself through the female body. A choice would be made to incarnate as an 80% female body and 20% male body, incorporating experiences from previous male incarnations. In this way, the male gets to experience the feminine energy in relation to its previous male incarnations. In this way, there are many permutations and combinations that a soul may choose prior to incarnation to have as its unique experience. The dark forces that have enslaved your Earth plane for many thousands of years, in the form of the Draco-Reptilian and Orion Greys, have inverted all that is sacred in relation to sexuality and procreation. All that is at the time of creation put much effort and contemplation into creating the human body in its perfection. It took parts of many of its most prized creations and endowed these traits to the human body while giving this creation its most enhanced form, the brain and its intelligence. The enemy, however, wishes to invert all of this, and so they have attempted to do this on every possible level that they can. These reptilian beings are highly developed in the root chakra area, which is the energy of fear, survival, and sexuality. They have used this knowledge to incorporate their depravity upon the human race on many levels. We will concentrate on the sexual energy part in this discourse. Over the course of many thousands of your years, they have been able to fine-tune their technology with experiments in this field, and so they have, with many abductions and mind control programs, achieved their goal. We will outline some of the areas we have seen that these programs have infiltrated your social fabric, thus inflicting these inverted practices upon your mind so that you are led to think of these actions as normal, deviating you from your true divine selves. The divine feminine and divine masculine are meant to interact with each other in a dance of energies that challenge but also provide for ways of discovering unconditional love for the other. This can be achieved through verbal interactions, sexual interactions, social and other means of communication. As these interactions increase, the emotional levels within each increase, and the level of frequency energy created as a union rises as the soul spark is ignited to create a bonding on a higher level of consciousness. This bonding reverberates to the higher soul and is acknowledged as an achievement on the soul's journey. During these interactions, there is respect, love, and compassion, and yes, a lot of passion. If for some reason the relationship does not work out, a severing is done with mutual understanding and respect. What we are seeing in our exposure to your society over the last few years is a remarkable disrespect for, first of all, the precious life that you have. It then translates into the respect that you have for each other and your chosen partner if you have one. We see that there is much strife within relationships, and the fabric of your family union is one of dysfunction and neglect. The dictates of your society are not towards your spiritual growth or raising your frequency. It is instead directed towards gathering wealth, social standing, and how to attract a good-looking partner. Once you have achieved this, you then enter into a marriage or relationship. For some time, things are, as you say, in the honeymoon phase, after which you become complacent and you begin to regard your partner as you would an object. Your objective as a couple, in some circumstances, might be to have children, and so you do. As the children come along, in most cases, they become a burden. They are sent off to daycare or to school, and you go on with your life of getting rich and paying the bills. Your sexual life becomes a matter of bodily needs. When you wish to procreate, you do it out of a drive as dictated by your body or social situations. We are sorry if we are painting a dire picture, but these images are some of the depravities we see and experience from our perspective. The further inversion of your sexual practices is the pornographic industry and your video game industry. There are other aspects of this seen in the film, modeling, and prostitution industries that are rife in sex trafficking and sexual abuse. The dark energy that is generated within these fields of existence have been feeding frenzies for the Draco-Reptilian and Orion Grey beings. They feast on these low vibrational energies, and so the more depraved and degrading the actions, the better for them. We understand the argument that you had no choice and that you were, as a species, enslaved to these creatures. This is a fact, no doubt. What we would like to offer you is a chance to set things right and to reverse the course of these deeds and these actions that have brought about this depravity on your earth plane. We encourage you to look at your individual self first. Try to go within and connect with your higher self and your higher light, trying to discern what your own individual life purpose was for during this incarnation. Look at the relationships you have with your family, your partner, and your friends. Is it one of love, understanding, and respect? Are you able to connect with them on a soul level, acknowledging them and respecting them as their very own being incarnating on this plane to experience their very own soul's purpose? Then look upon your own sexuality and try to discern if you represent the masculine or feminine energy, and what percentage of this energy it is that you represent. Embrace it all, and most importantly, reflect upon the higher vibrational traits of these individual energies. The feminine energy was created to be nurturing and caring, expansive in joy and creativity. And when this energy is in its complete expression, it is able to feel safe, supported, loved, abundant, fulfilled, in peace and confident. The masculine energy was created to be one of protection, patient, present, open-hearted, filled with integrity, responsible, filled with drive and the ability to support and experience the creativity of life. When these two forces come together in their various permutations and combinations, they make for a powerful divine combination as they support each other in these areas in harmony and in joy. They become aware through these interactions of a higher infinite power, and so their sexual energy is also exchanged in this higher vibrational knowing, which makes for an enhanced experience physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. We would like to end this transmission for today and wish for you to live in peace and harmony. Blessings.